Welcome to Miller's Monsters as I talk about the 2018 movie Cam, about a cam girl that gets her identity stolen and her fight to get her identity back before it can ruin her life completely. You can find this on Netflix now. Not Netflix now, but you can find it on Netflix now. And before we get started, make sure you ring the bell, hit the subscribe, hit the like, set yourself up for those notifications so you don't miss another exciting episode, and tell your friends. Share with your friends. It's always good to share, especially when you're sharing Mr. Beelzebub and Miller's Monsters. And as always, there we go. Oh, we got Frankie the Bark in the other room at it. That was good. There are spoilers ahead. So we're talking about Cam, 2018. You can view it on Netflix. It was directed by Daniel Goldhaber and stars Madeline Brewer in the title role of our Cam girl, and she'll do anything within reason to get to the top of that ladder, to be the best Cam girl she can be. And the first part of this movie, we see her trying to achieve this, and as she's doing this, her shows get more and more risque, so to speak. She does have limited boundaries. Easy for me to say. And Luna, what are you doing? And won't cross them for anything. But she's progressed to where she's doing some suicide shows, and we see this in the very beginning. What it is she gets people to give her tips to be provocative, undress, things of that nature. So no, this is not a young kiddies movie. And then has a ringer come in and start teasing her to kill herself, and eventually she does slit her neck on the camera for everyone to see. And of course, quickly thereafter, we found out it was all just a setup between her and somebody else. And but it helped. It helped get her ratings up to in the 50s. And then, the next thing she does is a dinner party. And like I said, this is a good chunk of the first part of the movie. And really, it's slow. Besides all the nudity in it, I guess that's what kept me watching it for a while. Oh well, I'm a dirty old devil. What can I say? And all this time she's keeping it a secret from her mother and her friends and all that. Somehow, for some reason, her brother knows, but I don't know why he would know and nobody else would know about it. But as her popularity grows and as she's at her most successful, breaking the top 50, which is a great achievement, her identity gets stolen. Well, to be more specific, her site gets stolen, and a lookalike starts doing the videos, and is copying her routines. And as time goes on, she tries to get in, she can't get in. She's been blocked out of her own site. She calls the owners, and they're like, "I'm sorry, but your identification is invalid anymore. There's nothing we can do to stop it." So she becomes more and more desperate, and now these things start getting out, and it starts ruining her life that she tried to keep so quiet. Going to her brother's birthday party, his friends found her on the site, and kind of like drops the porno bomb on mother during the birthday party. And mother's so shocked right now that she just ignores it and goes on with the birthday party. And she's acquired quite a few stalkers through doing this profession. And they start showing up because the other Lola, her character was Lola in this film, was exciting them and having them come to where she lived and meet her. And at one point, her doppelganger was doing a cam from her room, and it just continues to destroy her life more and more and more until we get to the point where she's desperate, and she starts learning that these other cam girls have been duplicated as well. The number one girl on the site that her doppelganger goes to do one of these sessions with was dead already long ago, but yet she was still doing these sessions. So she starts looking in the background of some of these girls, and one of their biggest fans or biggest subscriber is a man named Tinker, and he all of a sudden showed up in her hometown, and so now she's kind of putting two and two together. She goes after Tinker with the stun gun, and he's trying to be the hero of this movie. He's going to come in, swoop in, save the day, and win the girl. But unfortunately, things don't work out that way. She ends up tasing him and getting him to tell the story of how he can see, or he can tell who's going to be copied next, because he spends a lot of his time, on these sites, and he's become an expert, and and she's like, oh, and he did. He knew she would be copied, and his plan was to come in and save the day, and he would be leaving, have his girl. So no help there really, except now she knows that these other people are been duplicated as well. And it's not as dubious as you think, science fiction wise. It's not the pod people or reincarnation or anything like that. What it turns out to be is they are normal people, but the graphics have been messed with. I guess CGI will call it, to where they're performing, but they look like the girl they're imitating. And we don't really get to know who's behind it or anything like that. We just know that these girls have been duplicated, and Lola wants to get her identity back, and she realizes that now this is CGI, so she gets to talk to Lola, the other Lola doppelganger, and they do a contest of copy what I do, and in the end game of this, she ends up breaking her nose, pounding her head on the table twice, and ugly break too, blood streaming down their face, and the doppelganger can't recreate this right away, and it turns out that now they've they're starting to realize that this isn't the real Lola, and her last bet is that if she wins, if all these subscribers pick her the best, that they'll get the Lola doppelganger will give her a password. And obviously, now that they're beginning to realize that something's wrong here, they vote Teapot, which the real Lola was calling herself, the winner. And for some reason, the other Lola does give her the password, and she's able to delete that account. And she gets her life back. Okay. And at the end scene, it's nice with their mother. Her mother, they kind of had a makeup, or I never seen you so confident. So the mother didn't violently disapprove. I don't think she liked it, but she's her daughter. And so in the last scene, she makes up her daughter, kind of tries to cover up the nose as best as possible, and some inexplicable reason, our Lola changes her name to Evebot, like a fembot, and dresses up like a fembot, and joins another one of these sites, which is inexplicable to me, that after you've had your identity stolen, gone through hell, had to bust up your own nose, that you go right back to the cam scene. And I guess it's not inexplicable. I can kind of understand it, because in this day and age, we're all doing this. I'm doing it right now. I'm on here trying to get you to like what I'm doing and hit that subscribe button. And people are doing it on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Did I forget anything? There's probably a ton more out there. They do it on OnlyFans, and this was written by a sex worker, and she does build off of some of her own experiences, but it's a crazy world out there. Any one of us could have our identity stolen, and what would you do? So in that case, it was kind of scary, and that's why I picked this movie, because I was like, well, it does kind of relate to nowadays with all this social media going on, and kind of what I do. But I have my limits too. There's not many, and the line is really low. The bar for it is really, really low. So don't worry, I won't cross that bar. I'll just step right over it and head on down the road. So I hope you like what you saw. Here you go. Last one. Be nice. And hit that bell. Subscribe. And hit the like button. Tell your friends. Share with your friends. Set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another extravaganza like we just had here today. Maybe we'll have tea and crumpets next time. I'll make some skull cookies for our next one, maybe. Well, probably not our next one, but maybe after that. I'll show you how I make them. It's really easy. Talk to you later.